All right, good morning, everybody. We're going to start with our toe lifts. And if you use a watch, I am using traditional strength training. Good. 8, 7, 4, 3, heels up, right, then left, right, and left. So rolling through, follow the foot and the big toe. Today we've got 4 circuits. There's 3 exercises in each circuit, and we're going to do 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest. Good. Right leg, we're going to swing it. And we're going to do 2 rounds of everything today. Now, out of those 3 exercises, the first exercise, we're going to do right side, left side. And then the third exercise, we're going to do both. Good. Switching legs, take it front to back. Our first exercise is going to be a single leg balancing squat. So I want you to have a chair nearby or a wall or something to hold on to. Good. Switching over to the other side, out, cross in front. So it's a nice good swing. This is another one. If you want to hold on to something, please do. 3, 2, good. Switch it over to the other side, out and cross. So we're standing nice and tall, and it's a swing, but I want you to use those muscles. That's going to help keep you upright. Maybe. Good. 2. Switching sides, heel down, toe up, nice good circles. Good. 4, 3, we're going to change direction, so circle. 4, 3, switch it to the other side, heel down, toe up. We're standing nice and tall, shoulders are in line with our hips. Change direction. 4, 3, slow deadlift right here. Deadlift and stand and squat and stand. Good. Deadlift, stand, squat, stand. 2 more, nice and slow. Hinge it forwards, bring it up tall, squat it down, lift it back up. Good. 1 more slow. This is where we're starting to get a sense of how our body is feeling. Let's go a little faster. So hinge, lift, sit, stand. So you can go slower. Your faster does not have to be the same speed as mine. Good. Hold it here. We're going to do a little kickstand deadlift and bring it up. So kickstand, bring it up. It's a little practice. Kickstand, bring it up. Kickstand, switch it to the other foot. So kickstand and lift. So it's just having that back foot a little supported. Good. A couple more. 1 more. All right, feet hip width, reverse lunge. Step it back nice and slow. Stand up nice and tall. So step it back, stand up nice and tall. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 kickstand deadlift and then step it back into a lunge. So we're going to have to kind of use our brains a little bit. Just a little bit different. Good. Just nice and slow. Drop it down. Lift it up. Drop. Good. Bring it in the center. We're going to take it up. Pat yourself on the back and then bring it down. So lift, pat, up, reach. So we want to try not to stick our elbows out for this one. I know that's the hard part. I want you to try to keep your elbows as close to your ears as you can. Thumbs pointing in or thumbs pointing up, palms facing each other. Good. 1 more. Bring it in, reach it up. So reach and down. 1 arm up, 1 arm reaches down towards the floor. Good. 4, 3, 2. All right, just reach it forward. So we're going to take it forward, pull it back, reach and pull. So nice, good squeeze. Trying to keep those arms parallel to the floor or at least a little bit higher and away from your torso. Side lunge, we're going to step it out, hold it in place. Little side to side. We don't have any side lunges or curtsies today. Some of you will be very happy about that. 4, 3, we're going to slow it down. We're going to take our shoulder towards our hip and then bring it up and take your shoulder towards your hip and bring it up. So this is just our little torso rotation. Think about your open book. Good. Take it over and bring it in. So a little side lunge and bring it up. So I think about putting a little pressure on my inner thigh. Take it over and lift one more time. Hold it in the center, cat-cow. Inhale, exhale. So your option one is you can arch your back and open the chest and then tuck. Now you can just do a squeeze and then out. So you can see I'm squeezing my upper body, but I'm keeping my belly nice and tight. Kind of depends on how you're feeling today. If you want to do the arch and the round or not. Good, one more. Hold it here. We're going to roll it all the way up. Hold it wide. We're going to walk it out to our plank. So we're going to hinge it forward. Walk it out to your plank. I want you to hold your plank position. You can have your hands on a chair. Push it back into a down dog. Come back to your plank. Down dog and plank. So press it back. Lift it up. We have two more. So press and plank. Good. One more. Press. Plank. Walk yourself all the way back up to a standing position. Bring it into the center. We're going to do our heel stomps. So heel stomps. You can jump if you want to, 100% optional. Good. 4, 3, march it out, shake it out, roll the shoulders. Grab a quick drink of water. We are going to move on. I'm going to grab my chair for this first round. So we're going to use the chair for support. What I want you to think about is you're going to be kind of close to the chair, but we don't want to think about pushing our knee forwards towards the chair. We're doing a quarter squat. We're going to push the hip back, and then we're going to come up. So it's almost like you want to get down on the floor, but the floor is kind of gross, so we're not going to put that foot down. Right side, left side, and then we're going to do palms facing up rows, okay? So 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So you can have your hand on just about anything. So back of a chair. You can have your hand on the wall. You can face the wall. But I want you to think about a nice good foot position. Yes, your knee is going to go forwards towards your toes. It's going to bend. It's how we're keeping our balance. But I want you to think like you're trying to get that back knee down towards the floor. It's almost like you're stepping back into a lunge, but then you realize there's nothing for you to put your foot on. So nice good pit back, nice good push. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Same thing on the other side. So we're taking our break. So plant your foot, have your other foot lifted, and again, we're hinging. Push this hip back towards the wall. 2 and 1. So we push it back and come up. And for a lot of people, a quarter squat is plenty. So you don't have to go down super deep. I want you to think about loading your glute. So you can put your hands on your buns. You're at home. Nobody's going to know. Just push your hand there and you can feel loading the glute. You can feel that little bit of a stretch right there. Plus it also tells your brain, these are the muscles I'm trying to work. Hands are lightly on the chair. They can be on the wall. So you just have that little bit of support to help you maintain your balance. I'm able to go a little bit deeper. Go to your depth. Here is great. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, palms facing up rows. So shoulders down, just a really basic row. And if you're really feeling it today, have a seat. So shoulders down, ribs are tucked and pulled in, hinge it forward, palms facing forwards. Let's drive and then take it down. Drive and down. Check your body position. Sometimes we lift, especially if we start going a little heavy. I want you to hold it here. And I want you to kind of pull that belly in and squeeze versus, doing a little arch of the back, or when you squeeze, you kind of poof out the tummy a little bit. I want you to tighten your tummy, brace your core. If you start to feel a little tired, you can alternate right, left. For me, the end of my dumbbell is coming right to the front of my hip, but I'm imagining I'm trying to pull the dumbbells through my hip. Good. Set it down. We're going to go ahead and come back to our single leg squat. So this one's a really good balance one, and you can do this one without holding on if you want a little challenge. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Good. So remember, we don't want to push the knee forwards. If you're feeling a crazy, crazy stretch in your calf, your knee is going really far forward. We're hinging, hips go back, and bring it up. So hips go back and bring it up. And I'm trying to do this one not holding on, slow and steady. But if you need to hold on to something, go for it. This is our getting up and down off of the floor. So nice, good. Hinge it back, hips back, and then we try to sit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Little shakeout, bring it in. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So I'm standing somewhat close to my chair. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So push your hip back like you're trying to get that knee down towards the floor. So this is one, take your time. And again, a quarter squat is great. So just a little quarter squat, push through, stand nice and tall. Hinge, drop the knee towards the floor, push through to stand tall. Again, this is one, if you want to try to do this without holding on, much bigger balance challenge. And it's going to activate your leg from your foot all the way up to your hips and your core. 8 seconds to go. Palms up, rows. Good. 3, 2, and 1. All right, palms facing forward, rows. So they call this a supinated row because your palm is forward just like you would be if you were holding a bowl of soup. That's a good way to remember it. So hold your bowl of soup, hinge it forwards. Let's bring it right in. So drive and down. So we're opening up the shoulder. Show me the fronts of your elbows. So I want to see your shoulder, your bicep, the crook of your elbow, all the way down to your palm and to your nails. So we're trying to keep that position the entire time. Drive it back and then release. If your hands are coming way past your hip, they don't have to. Mine literally come and tap the front of my pelvis. Good. 12 seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Dumbbells down. Walk around, shake it out, grab yourself a quick drink of water. Next round, we're gonna do kickstand deadlift and then step it back into a lunge, right side, left side, and then we're gonna do a half bicep curl, side raise and down. So for your deadlift, if you wanna grab weights, go for it. If you watch my feet, kickstand, up, lunge, get ready for your kickstand. So hinge, lift, drop, and stand. Second exercise, half lift, down and down. So if you want to grab a dumbbell or 2, go for it. Otherwise, body weight's okay too. 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So we start. We have our kickstand, and then we do a step back, lunge, bring it up, tap your toe, get ready for your kickstand. So when we do our kickstand, we're not bringing it all the way forwards next to our other foot. We're taking it a little bit behind, hinge, lift, lunge, and stand tall. So we got a little bit of single leg work today, but our next couple rounds, there's a lot less lower body. So the next 2 rounds after this are gonna be upper body. So it's just a nice, good kickstand deadlift, 2, and 1. Shake it out. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So we get our foot ready, and then kickstand. My toe is a little bit behind my heel of my standing leg. Good. 3, 2, and 1. So nice and tall. Hinge it forwards, stand, step it back, drop the knee towards the floor. So hinge, stand, knee lower, stand tall. So hopefully that first set that we did where we practice our balancing squat got us ready for this deadlift. The movement is almost identical. There's just less knee bend when you do a deadlift, but we still push that hip back, we hinge, and we load up that side of our body. 7 seconds, and then check our torso to make sure we're not rotating on this one. Good, bring it in. Half curl, side raise. Half curl, side raise. And 2, and 1. So halfway, lift, lower, and down. Halfway, out, lower, down. What do we want to try to avoid? Half, elbows up, forget to bring the rest of your hand, or up and flip back. So it's lock it in, press something up to the ceiling, and then bring it down again. So sometimes we do this and we kind of do a chicken wing. I want you to hold that 90-90, lock it in, take it out and down. We're only going halfway into that curl. So we're keeping the thumbs only halfway up, little bit away from our chest. 2 and 1. Good job. Going back for deadlift into a lunge, and I'm just going to put the dumbbell on the other side this time. It really kind of doesn't matter too much. I'm just going to have my dumbbell on the opposite arm or same side. Good. So hinge, lift, lunge, and bring it up. So last time I had my dumbbell in my opposite hand. This time I'm going to do it on the same side. It changes things a little bit. It's not a world ender. So just nice, good deadlift, nice, good lunge. And after this, we don't have any more lower body exercises. Everything's upper body or core. So nice, good hinge, standing tall. Got about 5 more seconds. We're gonna switch legs. Good, bring it in. Switch it over to the other side. So we have our foot planted, weight is in that front leg, back leg is there for support. 3, 2, and 1. So nice, good hinge, lift it up, step it back, drop it back into a lunge. So hinge, and again, chest is nice and tall. Sometimes we do this and we don't even realize it, and we rotate our torso. We let that dumbbell drop us forwards. This also engages our lats and our upper and mid back muscles because we're resisting the dumbbell going down to the floor. We're keeping that tall posture. Good, 10 seconds. And we're gonna go for our half curl to a side raise. Good job, bring it in. I'm going for lighter dumbbells. So we're just gonna take our shoulders up, back, and down. Soft knee, 3, 2, 1. So halfway up, lock it in and lift. So if you take it to that 90 degree, we're trying to keep that 90 degree position. So halfway, lift. So we're holding something a little bit away from us. I know, what do we usually want to do? We usually want to bring it in close to our body, right? I want you to hold it a little bit away, press it up and down. This is our shorter lever, so it's just physics. Up, out, in, and down. 8 seconds, and we're gonna go to the floor. No, you don't have to go to the floor. You know the rules. 2 and 1. You can always modify. So we're gonna go down to the floor and we're gonna be on our backs. We're gonna do Skullcrusher right, Skullcrusher left, and then we're gonna do chest press both. If you're staying upright, you can do an overhead extension, right, left, or you can do a kickback, right, and then left. And for the chest press, incline push-ups, or banded chest press, just something to work the chest and the upper body. So you can do incline push-ups, you can do your banded chest press. I never can actually demonstrate this. Usually I don't have a chair, but if you want to do an incline chest press like this, sitting in a chair, you can. So if this is an option for you, you can do that as well. I always say incline chest press in a chair. That's what that is. But we're going to take it down to the floor. We're going to go onto our backs. And we're going to get ready for our skull crushers, one side only. 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So 45 seconds. So I have my right arm up. I'm going to slowly lower that dumbbell towards the side of my head, and then I'm going to squeeze and bring it back up again. So lower and lift. Lower and lift. Now I have my other hand kind of in the crook of my elbow and holding it in place, and I'm not actively pushing or anything like that. I'm just kind of holding it in place, and this is my gauge to make sure that my elbow stays pointing towards the ceiling and that I'm keeping my body nice and steady. But I just want to work that tricep. Good, 8 seconds, we're going to switch sides. Now this one's going to be a lot of tricep because when we do our chest presses, we're also getting triceps in there. Good, bring it in, shake it out, switching over to the other arm. So we're just going to think about a nice good body position. Take that arm up, palm is facing in. We're going to take that elbow towards the ceiling. Your time is on. We're going to slowly bend the elbow, bring the dumbbell or the hand to the side of your head, and then take it right back up again. So slow lower, good squeeze at the top. For this one, I have my pinky touching the end of my dumbbell. So I'm not holding my dumbbell in the middle. I am allowing the side of my hand where my pinky is to kind of rest on the head of the dumbbell. That is an option, but you do what's comfortable. So this way I'm able to keep my wrist a little bit more neutral. Good, 10 seconds. So a lot of times we do this and we bring it up and we get to that sticking point and we just pop our wrist, and we want to try not to pop the wrist. Good, bring it in, carefully set that dumbbell down. Grab your dumbbells for chest presses. So I'm going to bring it in all the way down. 3, 2, and 1. So it's just a nice good push, and then take it back out. When we do a chest press, when we come down, we don't want to bend the elbows like we're trying to take the end of the dumbbell to actually touch our chest. I want you to think about wrist is staying in line with your elbow. So your knuckles are always pointing up towards the ceiling, whether you've got your palms facing in. We don't want to let the end of the dumbbell come in and touch our chest. So a lot of times with chest presses, we do a lot more elbow bending than we need to. And we try to sneak some like bicep curls in there, but we want to keep the wrist right in line with your elbow. Good job. Bring it in. Dumbbells to the side. I'm taking mine by my hips. I'm going to go back for my skull crushers. So single-sided. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, if you're feeling okay with this, and you might not, instead of having my palms facing in, I'm going to have my palms facing towards my knees, and I'm going to think about bringing the back of my hand towards my forehead and then take it up. This is kind of a different position for your elbows and for your shoulders, so it might not be super comfortable. And if it's not, that's okay. Most of you will probably want to go a little bit lighter on weight for this one, but you can always just keep that palm facing in. It's a more neutral position for your shoulder and for your elbow. 2, and 1. Bring it in, switch it over to the other side. So bring that hand up, and again, palm facing in like you're taking your thumb towards your shoulder, or palm is facing your knees. You're bringing your back of your hand to your forehead. So your time is on. So that's why they call these skull crushers too. It's because it's really easy to just bop yourself in the forehead, and you don't want to do that. but find the position that's going to be comfortable. So this is a little bit for those of you that did the classes with me in person, and we would grab our bands and we would do our band press downs from the bar that was in the studio. This is kind of like that. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring it in. We're getting ready for our chest presses. So carefully grab those dumbbells, bring them up towards your chest. Low back is pulled into the floor. 2 and 1. Good. So press it up and then take it out to the side. Press it up and out to the side. I am doing a more traditional chest press. My body is forming the letter A. So from my head down towards my elbows is kind of a wide A, but it's forming a letter A. If you need to have your palms facing each other, upper arm comes close to your torso, and you're forming more of a letter I, a little bit more neutral position for you. But if you can open up, form that triangle, elbows going to the corners, just a few inches away from your hips, it's going to get a little bit more chest in there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring it in. Dumbbells to the side. Give yourself a little bit of space. We're going to move on to our last circuit, which is going to be scissors, but we're going to go leg out to the side, leg down to the floor. All right side, then left, and then dumbbell pullovers. If you're standing, I want you to do either a march or a straight leg kick and then a side leg lift. So yours is going to be a little bit different, but if you're standing, you're going to do a front kick and a side kick. For the pullovers, you're going to do a straight arm press back. So those are your standing options. But if you want to come down to the floor with me, make sure you have room so that you don't accidentally kick something. And we're going to do leg out to the side and up and then down and up. So 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So low back into the floor. We're going to take our leg out to the side, bring it up, lower, and lift. So out, up, down, and lift. So I have my opposite leg on the floor. And remember, if you're standing, I just want you to do kind of like a little mummy kick and then a side leg lift. You can absolutely hold on to something for balance. So we're getting hip flexors, we're getting inner thigh, and then we're getting core, because we're just keeping our body nice and neutral, just like we would if we were doing a dead bug or we were doing a plank. You do not have to get your leg like way out to the side or all the way down to the floor. So just out, in, down, up. Good. Rest. We're going to get ready for the other side. Same thing. So upper body on the floor, pull the ribs down and in. They're tucked. Let's take that leg up, into, and 1. Good. So we take it out, up, down, and lift. And especially on the down, keep the ribs pulled in. We want to keep that low back close to the floor. So we are working our core here. So out, up, down, and lift. Out, up, down, and lift. Small, big, you choose. I'm being very careful today. My hips feel good. I want to keep them that way. So I'm not trying to go for the biggest movements that I can get. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to go for pullovers. I'm just going to grab 1 dumbbell. You can have 2 dumbbells and press them together. Put low back into the floor, arms up, little just soft bend in the elbow. We're going to slowly open the shoulders, take the dumbbell towards the floor, and then bring it right back up again. So we're going towards the floor and then over our chest. If you're really tight and you struggle to go overhead, you might only get partway down and then have to come back up again, and that's okay. So lower and lift. This is another one. The closer we get to the floor, the higher your chances that your ribs are going to want to lift. Your goal is to keep those ribs tucked and to not let them lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Bring it in. Set the dumbbell off to the side. We're going to go right back into our scissors. Now you have an option to make this a little bit harder. You can absolutely do an isometric crunch and hold. Your time is on. So you can take your upper body up and hold it if you would like to. Again, you don't have to. You're welcome to leave that upper body down on the floor. Focus on stabilizing your spine while we work the inner thighs and the hips. But if you want a little bit of extra, this is an option. Chin stays away from the chest. You should be able to put your fist, like an upturned fist, between your chin and your chest when you're doing an exercise like this. Or I usually say you should be able to put an apple there. And if you've seen some of the apples that we've had this year, they are just absolutely massive. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring it in, a little bit of a rest. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So just out, up, heel down, heel lift. If you would like, lift that upper body. Think about lifting your entire torso towards the ceiling. So instead of trying to bring your ribs closer to your hips, can you lift your torso up towards the ceiling and hold it? Like you're trying to elevate and levitate your entire body while you do your hold. Good. 12 seconds. And then we're going to go for our pullovers. And then we're going to stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Grab your dumbbell or 2. Go for your pullovers. So I just do 1 dumbbell and I hold it on the ends. That just feels like a good position for my shoulders personally. But low back into the floor, soft elbows. So their arms are still fairly straight, but we just soften the elbows a little bit. Good stretch. And back up. If you can get to the floor, great. If you can't, that's okay too. Just want to work on some mobility in that shoulder area. This is a good one if you have a bench at home. This is a really good one to do lying on the bench. You just get a little bit more of a range of motion. Or even not even a bench. Like if you've got an ottoman, if you've got a footstool. This also works if you have a stability ball. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring it in. Set the dumbbell off to the side. Give yourself a little bit of break, a little bit of space. And we're just going to give ourselves a small break. Make yourself some room. Grab a drink. If you're on the floor, stay on the floor. If you're standing, you can stay standing or grab a chair or hang out on the floor with us. We're going to come up to a seated position. We're going to take our right leg out in front. Left foot, we're going to bring it in. We're going to turn towards that right leg. It's out straight in front of us, and we're just going to walk ourselves out, and we're just going to do a nice good stretch. If you need to stay standing, you can do this one standing. You can do this one sitting in a chair. If you're sitting in a chair and you're like me and you have short person problems, scooch towards the front of the chair so that the front of the seat of the chair isn't digging into your thigh. Good. Bring it up. Switching to the other side. Left leg out. Right foot is in. Knees and toes are pointing to the ceiling, and we're just going to walk ourselves out. Just a little hinge. When I have to do something sitting in the chair, like for stretching, I scooch basically so the front edge of the chair is right where my legs and my butt meet. You've got that little bit of a curve. That's where I try to get it so that I can feel comfortable. I have some people that sit too far back and it digs into their thighs, and it just does not seem like it's comfortable. Good. Let's bring it up. Bottoms of the feet touching. And we're just gonna sit nice and tall. I'm gonna pull my shoulders down. I'm gonna very gently press out on my inner thighs. You may have to lean back a little bit. And you can have one hand back and you can kind of press down on one thigh and then you can switch. This thigh for me goes down pretty well. This one is a little bit higher. It doesn't want to go down quite as far. Or you can pull up on the toes a little and you can add a forward fold, a little bit more of an inner thigh stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. We're going to take the legs out nice and wide, and we're going to pull those feet in. I want you to try to sit as tall as you can. Take your elbows and press out on your inner thighs. So I want you to kind of press out a little bit. And this one's a tricky one. I almost feel more comfortable coming into my mini squat or my deep squat. You do not have to come into a deep squat. Please don't feel you have to, but I want you to just take those elbows and press out on those inner thighs a little bit. So we're trying to sit nice and tall. Most of you are still gonna have your buns on the floor. That's okay. This one just actually feels really good today. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Walk those feet out a little bit. We're gonna take it all the way over to one side, 90-90. We're gonna focus on the back leg. Hand is gonna be by your hip. And I just want you to take your hip and I want you to rock back like you're trying to put your buns on the floor. And then I want you to squeeze and push forward like we're doing that hip flexor stretch. So we go down and we come up. My buns do not touch the floor. They don't have to. We just kind of want this little, it's almost like a quarter of a rainbow. I just want you to get a little movement in there. Last one. Good. Bring it up and over to the other side. Same thing. Hand by your hip. We're just going to take that back leg. We're just going to kind of move like we want to put our bun down, and then we're going to squeeze and come up. So down and lift. And if you're really tight, you might have to have your hand a little farther away from your hip and lean away. But if you're a little more flexible, hand close to your hip. Try to sit a little bit taller. Good. 2 and 1. Bring it in. We're going to take that front leg underneath the back leg, roll it over, hands and knees. We're going to go for our child's pose. And if some of you are like, I'm just not going for the floor today, this is an option for you right here. Elevate your upper body a little bit. So you can have your hands on your chair, your footstool, your yoga blocks. So if it's not super comfy being all the way on the floor, go for this. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Good. Hands and knees position. Belly's in. We're going to do our shoulder circles. You can do this standing with your hands on a wall. We're going to squeeze our shoulders together. Push them up by our ears. Push the floor away. Try to pull the shoulders away from the ears. So squeeze them together, take them up by the ears, push the floor away, pull them down into your back pocket. So squeeze, up, push, pull down. And when you're ready, you can start to make it a little bit more fluid, a little bit more of a circle. But our elbows are straight and our low back is pulled in nice and tight. Good. Now we're going to go the other direction. So we're going to squeeze the shoulders in the back, pull them down, push the floor away, come up by the ears. So squeeze together, pull down, push away, up by the ears. So squeeze, pull, push, and lift. So again, now we're doing backward shoulder rolls. Belly is in. This one is easier to do if your hands are on a wall and you're standing. Good. 2 and 1. Bring it in. Walk your hips back towards your heels, kneeling position. We're just going to shake those hands out a little bit. We're going to do wrist circles. These are your wrists. Wrist circles because we've just been on our hands for a little bit. And then change direction. Kind of shake it out a little bit. Good. Now we're going to take our strong leg, bring it around to the front. Come up to a standing position when you're ready. We're gonna take our right hand, give yourself a nice good pat on the back. So we did some triceps today. So see if you can kind of reach it towards the middle, get that itch that we can never reach. Bring it in, switch it over to the other side, give yourself a nice good pat on the back. And again, you can give yourself a little extra push here, you can do a little extra pull here. It's whatever feels good. Good, let's bring it in, roll the shoulders up, back, and down into our back pocket. So thumbs pointing forwards, palms facing in. Good, shoulders down, hold it here, ear to shoulder, side to side. Good, bring it up, look to one side, look to the other. Good, bring it into the center, big breath in, spread the fingers, spread the toes, and exhale. Good, one more time, big breath in and out, and you are all done.